In this video, we'll be giving you an in-depth review of the latest outdoor waterproof camera from Pentax, the WG3. This camera retails for $299 in the US, while the GPS version is $349. It's available in 5 different colors. The WG3 is without a doubt the best waterproof compact that Pentax has released to date. It features improved weatherproofing, now down to a depth of 14 meters, a sharper and brighter lens, and an improved grip. If you get the GPS version, you'll also be able to enjoy features such as an electronic compass, wireless charging, an altimeter, and a track log. This camera is designed to be able to take a beating and be used just about anywhere while still managing good picture quality. So if you're looking for a camera for hiking, swimming, or taking photos in work zones, this one may be for you. The WG3 includes a high-quality strap, USB cable, electrical adapter, macro stand, which also functions as a filter thread, battery, software CD, operating manual, and other documents. The supplied power adapter can be connected directly to the camera so that you do not need to remove the battery to charge it. You use the USB cable to connect the adapter to the camera once it's plugged into the wall. This is only a nuisance if you have multiple batteries and would like to charge all of them before an outing, as you would need to keep removing and inserting batteries into the camera for charging. Now let's take a look at some of the key features of the WG3. One of the most impressive features is the digital microscope mode. This allows you to focus as close as 1 centimeter for a larger-than-life image size. Though the corners are not as sharp as the center, you do capture detail that would normally otherwise be difficult to see on a lower magnification lens. Normally, getting this close can block your light, but when combined with the built-in LED lights, you have nothing to worry about. Another neat feature with the LED lights is the self-portrait assist. As the name implies, this feature allows you to use the LED lights as a guide to center your face in the frame when taking your own photo by activating the LEDs in the direction that you should move the camera to make sure you're in the frame. The WG3 also features infrared ports on the front and the back of the camera, so you can trigger the shutter by optional remote no matter which side of the camera you're facing. One of the biggest improvements over previous Pentax rugged compact cameras is the addition of sensor shift shake reduction. What this means is that you have physical image stabilization rather than the digital effect. This is vastly superior and allows for shooting in even lower light. The camera also features an electronic level and Wi-Fi card support for transferring photos. The WG3 GPS version has a unique feature. That is the ability to use wireless recharging with an optional charging mat. So when combined with a Wi-Fi card to transfer photos, you never need to open the camera again. As the name implies, the WG3 GPS has a GPS feature, which you can use to synchronize the camera's clock and geotag your photos. The GPS module also includes an electronic compass. In addition, the GPS version also has a pressure sensor, which can be used to display air pressure, relative height, or relative depth. Thanks to its redesigned grip, the WG3 fits the shape of your hand very well. However, its slim overall design and the pressure required to fully depress the shutter button introduces a bit of instability when taking photos. This can potentially lead to unwanted camera shake in low light scenarios. The WG3 has a single door housing the battery, SD card, HDMI port, and USB connector. This streamlined design allowed for improved weatherproofing. Underneath the camera, you'll find a plastic tripod mount. The fact that the mount is positioned so close to the end of the camera makes it difficult to align with the plate. Overall, the WG3 handles well. Except for the shutter release button, its controls are easy to press despite being sealed against water. Because the grip on the right side of the WG3 is rather small, users with big hands will find the camera rather difficult to hold steady with a single hand. Thus, even though the camera is easy to hold while moving around thanks to its shape, its handling during actual image capture is not stellar. On the other hand, the camera's buttons are laid out very logically, making most features easy to access, such as zooming and changing capture mode. The WG3 has a very user-friendly interface. Here you can see some of the menu options. Shooting modes such as Full Auto, P mode, microscope mode, high speed mode, and many others. Focus modes, drive modes. Overall, the user interface of the WG3 is intuitive and well thought out. Current Pentax users will feel very comfortable with it, as it's pretty similar to other Pentax compact cameras. However, a few settings are harder to get to than they should be. One of these is certainly the exposure compensation, which is what lets you brighten or darken the exposure while shooting. Other shooting parameters, such as sharpness and contrast, are also rather tedious to get to. Finally, the WG3's manual focus mode isn't nearly as easy as it could be. The WG3 could benefit from a quick access status screen and a different way to access the exposure compensation. Even though the WG3 features the same type of image sensor as its predecessor, we find that its image quality has been enhanced thanks to the new brighter lens. The WG3 delivers good image quality for a point and shoot. Even though the ISO is the only exposure parameter that can be controlled manually, being able to lock the ISO in at its lowest setting will ensure that your camera delivers the clearest images possible. The fact that the WG3 has built-in shake reduction will undoubtedly improve your keeper rate at low ISO settings. While the WG3 still suffers from poor detail at high sensitivities, we consider its lens to be a very big improvement over that of its predecessor. The camera's main weakness in terms of image quality is its low dynamic range, which means that highlights can be very easily overexposed. The Pentax WG3's video mode is quite good. It inherits all the video-related features from the WG2, including electronic image stabilization. While you cannot control the exposure manually in video mode, 3 key features that most users will want are present: zooming during video recording, continuous video autofocus, which can be disabled or enabled, full HD recording. The WG3 does have one new feature in video mode. It's the first WG series camera to be fitted with a stereo microphone. You can choose to record videos in full HD at 30 frames per second, or 720p at either 30 or 60 frames per second. There is also a high-speed movie mode which records up to 15 seconds of video at 120 frames per second in VGA resolution and outputs up to 60 seconds of slow-motion video. To start video recording, all you need to do is press the red button while in any shooting mode. You can also record videos through one of the dedicated modes, which include standard movie, time-lapse movie, high-speed movie, interval shooting movie, 1 cm macro movie mode. The exposure is accurate and the picture quality is good, though there is evident loss of detail due to noise reduction. Nevertheless, the picture quality is more than sufficient for web uploads and casual videos. The WG3 outputs .mov files encoded using the H.264 codec. These files can be opened by most modern video editors, including Windows Movie Maker and Adobe Premiere Elements. The only issue we found with the video mode of the WG3, apart from the fact that files take a while to be saved to the card, is it's possible to get mild lens flare even indoors. Even though we wouldn't consider the WG3 to be a sluggish camera, its general speed and responsiveness is certainly not one of its strong points. Its processing power is limited, and the camera suffers from a number of quirks which have been present in multiple generations of Pentax compact cameras. The autofocus is generally fast. It works better at the wide setting than when it's zoomed out all the way. At 18mm, you do sometimes have to wait several seconds for the autofocus to lock on, though it does seem so rather reliably. In low light, the orange AF assist light kicks in to help the camera make sure its readings are accurate. The WG3 also has a face detection feature that works well, and if you don't AF at all, the focus settings get fixed to pan focus, which works well for landscapes. The WG3's LCD screen has an aspect ratio of 16:9. While this is ideal for videos, it means that there will be 2 vertical black bars on the screen when shooting stills at full resolution. The sensor's aspect ratio is 4:3. The battery life of the WG3 is actually slightly worse than that of its predecessor, likely due to the addition of the sensor shift shake reduction. After a day of use, you should always recharge your camera so you don't run out of power the next day. expect to get about 200 photos on a single charge. This should be enough for most outings, but certainly isn't stellar. For more information on other minor quirks we found in the WG3's interface, view our in-depth text review by clicking on the link. Photographers who enjoy outdoor activities such as swimming, diving, hiking, climbing, camping, or kayaking should strongly consider the WG3. After all, it is a camera that's built to withstand the elements while delivering good image quality and bringing you a variety of advanced features. While many manufacturers produce underwater cameras, with its class-leading durability and 45-foot waterproofing, the WG3 is the only one that is truly adventure-proof. If you can live with the fact that the WG3 color options are not very interesting, and that it is fairly run-of-the-mill in terms of image quality, you will certainly enjoy it in the long run for its durability and versatility. If all you're looking for is a camera for underwater photos, then of course a standard WG3 will suffice. For more active outdoor shooters, however, we recommend the WG3 GPS version, as its compass, GPS, and barometer features will undoubtedly come in handy while going outdoors. Some of the camera's pros are good image quality, sharp, bright lens, wider field of view than the WG2, easy to access movie mode, improved weather shielding, outdoor-friendly rugged design, very easy to carry, sensor shift shake reduction, built-in compass, built-in barometer altimeter, innovative 1 cm macro mode, large and clear 3-inch LCD, and reasonably priced for what you get. Some cons are hard to hold steady due to the small grip, only 4x zoom compared to the WG2's 5x zoom, prone to lens flare and fringing, some settings are buried in the menu, no quick access status screen, black bars in the 60 megapixel mode live view, loss of detail above ISO 125, live view briefly freezes after autofocus, slow to write to the SD card, relatively short battery life, few color options, and the shutter button is hard to press. Overall rating, we give it 4 out of 5 stars. If you'd like to read a text review of the WG3, please click on the link. And if you've seen everything you need to see and you're ready to buy the camera, please click here. For more reviews, tips, and tricks, please feel free to visit Pentax forums at any time. In this video, we'll be giving you an in-depth review of the latest outdoor waterproof camera from Pentax, the WG3. This camera retails for $299 in the US, while the GPS version is $349. It's available in 5 different colors. The WG3 is without a doubt the best waterproof compact that Pentax has released to date. It features improved weatherproofing, now down to a depth of 14 meters, a sharper and brighter lens, and an improved grip. If you get the GPS version, you'll also be able to enjoy features such as an electronic compass, wireless charging, an altimeter, and a track log. This camera is designed to be able to take a beating and be used just about anywhere while still managing good picture quality.